In the tapestry of life, there's a balance, a pact between all living things. Humans often forget our place, seeing ourselves as rulers of a world we did not create. But nature remembers. When pushed too far, it strikes back. Tonight, we explore true accounts of animals who, after suffering at human hands, turned the tables. These are not random attacks, but acts of calculated retribution, moments when the oppressed became the avenger. Prepare for stories that remind us, provoke nature, and you may become the hunted. Let us begin this journey into the world of animal revenge. In a small Indian village, humans and elephants have long shared a tense coexistence. One day, villagers attacked a bull elephant, pelting it with stones and fire, leaving it wounded and humiliated. They thought the animal would simply disappear into the jungle. But elephants never forget. Weeks later, under the cover of darkness, the same bull returned not as a victim, but as an avenger. It moved with chilling precision, targeting the homes and property of those who had harmed it. Huts were demolished, grain stores trampled, and crops destroyed. The villagers, once bold, now cowered in fear, realizing too late the consequences of their cruelty. The elephant's rampage was not random, it was a message. By dawn, the village was left in ruins, its people humbled. The story became legend, a warning that elephants, with their deep memory and emotion, demand respect. In the end, the villagers learned that their actions had awakened a force far greater than themselves. The elephant's fury was not just destruction, it was justice. Nature had delivered its verdict. The line between master and victim had vanished. The lesson: never underestimate the memory of the wild. In the eyes of the wronged, humans are not gods but targets, and sometimes nature fights back. From the wilds of India, we move to a marine park where an orca named Tilikum lived in captivity. Stolen from the ocean as a calf, Tilikum spent decades performing for crowds, his world reduced to a concrete tank. The stress, isolation, and deprivation built up inside him, a silent storm. Orcas are intelligent social beings. Captivity was a slow torture. On February 24, 2010, after a show, Tilikum pulled trainer Don Brancheau into the water. This was no accident. It was a violent, deliberate act, a lifetime of suffering unleashed. The orca refused to let go, asserting control in the only way he could. The spectacle of the happy whale shattered in an instant. Tilikum's actions forced the world to confront the ethics of animal captivity. He was not a monster, but a product of his environment, a creature pushed beyond his limits. His revolt was a desperate cry for freedom, a tragic symbol of nature's rebellion. The story sparked global outrage and debate. Tilikum's revenge was a warning. When we ignore the needs of intelligent animals, we risk awakening their fury. In the sterile blue pool, karma arrived with devastating clarity. Nature's justice cannot be contained. Deep in Russia's snowy forest, a poacher named Vladimir Markov wounded a Siberian tiger and stole its kill. Markov believed he'd escaped retribution, but the tiger, injured and robbed, became the hunter. It tracked Markov with chilling patience, following his scent back to his cabin. The tiger destroyed anything carrying Markov's scent, erasing his presence from the land. Then it waited. When Markov returned, the tiger ambushed him, swift, precise, and fatal. Investigators were stunned by the animal's intelligence and intent. This was not a random attack, but a calculated act of revenge. The roles of predator and prey had reversed. The tiger's vendetta was a lesson in humility, a reminder that in the wild, actions have consequences. Markov's fate became a cautionary tale. The tiger's justice was absolute. In their world, we are subject to their laws. Sometimes the penalty is final. Not all revenge is brute force. Sometimes it's cunning. Crows, often overlooked, possess remarkable intelligence and long memories. In a University of Washington study, researchers trapped crows while wearing distinctive masks. The crows remembered the faces, launching coordinated attacks on anyone wearing the dangerous mask. Even crows who hadn't been trapped learned to join in, passing the grudge through generations. Years later, the masked researchers were still mobbed by crows who'd never met them. This was social learning, nature's most wanted list. The crows' vendetta was relentless, a psychological campaign against their tormentors. Their message: we remember, and we teach others to remember too. These birds are not simple creatures but intelligent beings with a sense of justice. Their grudge is a warning: some animals never forget. Mistreat one, and you may face a lifetime of retribution. In the animal kingdom, memory is a powerful weapon. Our final story is the most personal, about a chimpanzee, our closest relative. Rescued from years of abuse, he found sanctuary, but the scars ran deep. One day he escaped, not to flee but to confront his past. He navigated miles to the home of his former abuser. The confrontation was brutal, a torrent of pent-up rage unleashed. The chimpanzee attacked the man who had tormented him, settling a score in the most direct way. This was not mindless violence, but a being demanding justice. Chimpanzees remember faces, pain, and cruelty. Their sense of justice can be terrifyingly human. The story ended in tragedy for both, but the message was clear. To abuse such creatures is to plant seeds of future violence. Their memories are long, and their retribution can be devastating. We bear immense responsibility in our treatment of them. Sometimes the mirror of our cruelty is shattered, and the reflection is deadly. These stories are more than animal tales. They're warnings from nature. The elephant's rage, the orca's revolt, the tiger's hunt, the crow's grudge, the chimpanzee's vendetta, all reveal a universal law. When we inflict suffering, we invite consequences. Nature always seeks balance. These animals were shaped by our actions. Their revenge was memory, intelligence, and emotion in motion. Let these accounts inspire respect for the wild. Our survival is linked to theirs. Walk with humility. Karma always finds a way.